Hi, everybody. Angel here with ConfidenceIsCatchy.com. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Takeaway Tuesday. And I hope all of you are here because you wanted to check in with us on how you did on this week's challenge. Let me just start with this. For those of you who are new here into our group, welcome to my Confidence Challenge. I'm Angel Johnstone, owner of a website called Confidence is Catchy. And what we're doing for the next 12 weeks is every Thursday we're laying out a challenge on Throwdown Thursday, which allows you to do a little something to improve your confidence. And then on Tuesday, we check in, just like we are today, to see how that challenge went, what kind of fears or challenges you ran into in doing the thing that we laid out, and just kind of check in with each other to see how it went. So today is Takeaway Tuesday. We're going to talk about what takeaways we got from last week's challenge. Now, last week we had our sponsor, Jen from Puentes Language, who is a Spanish teacher who wrote some books in Spanish to allow people to be able to practice their Spanish in a written form as they were learning the language. And as our sponsor for the week, we decided, she and I, to go ahead and do a language barrier challenge last Thursday, where we told everyone, here's the plan, go out, listen for people that are speaking languages that you don't speak, and try to make a new friend. Just try to smile and be open and be friendly and see if you can't find out something about somebody new and learn a little something in the process. So that was the challenge for this weekend. And I'm really excited about it because I know that Jen and I really feel the same way when it comes to languages. For me, one of the things that I was always struck by is when I was working in retail, this was many years ago, I would be approached by people that either couldn't speak English or that their English was really broken. They were just having a struggle with it, or were not able to communicate in a verbal format at all. In fact, we had a lot of customers in the store that I was in that were only able to communicate through sign language. And I will tell you that as a young person, just in my first few years of working, being in an environment where I met so many diverse people, in particular, it always struck me like, wow, if I were deaf, I would have to learn a whole new language. And sign language has always been fascinating to me. And so it's actually something that I started to pick up when I got pregnant with my son 7 years ago. I took some classes, night classes, and I was really excited to be able to teach my son some really, just a few signs when he was a baby. And we haven't really done much of it lately. And I actually, in doing this challenge, it got me thinking about, wow, I was really excited to learn that when I was taking the class. And I was really excited to do, music. I was able to sign to music and things like that. And then I just stopped doing it. And a lot of you are probably in the same situation with languages that you've taken. I know for me personally, I took German in like fifth grade, and don't remember any of that. I took Spanish and French. I actually wrote a book in French that is somewhere in a box in the basement. I probably couldn't even read it right now. So in high school, I wrote a book in another language, and now I can't even read it anymore. What a waste, right? And so when I talked to Jen about what she's doing with writing these books, as a teacher, incorporating vocabulary that people really need, and allowing people to practice a language that they might not normally have an opportunity to practice that they took in school, I think is just a wonderful idea. And so for me, language barriers have always been something that I feel is wouldn't everything just be great if we could all just communicate better, right? Everything would be that much easier. And so I was really excited to start our challenge in this way. Now, as I told you on our launch video on last Thursday, when I mentioned this challenge, for me, it brought up some fear. I was actually surprised. I'm sitting in Dunkin' Donuts and I hear some people speaking another language, and they're lovely young ladies with a young gentleman there. And yet here I am, nervous, like really nervous. I was like, well, what are they, it just brought up all the fear that, what if they don't like me? What if they think I'm being rude? What if they, what if they don't want to talk to me? All these what if scenarios in my head about how I'm going to get rejected. It was all about rejection, and it was all about fear of rejection. And I just kind of sat there and felt all of that because that's kind of what this challenge is all about. It's to tap into the things that hold us back, that unconsciously we don't even know are holding us back. So if I'm thinking that about somebody who doesn't even speak my language, and potentially, right, if I say hi to someone and they don't want to talk to me and they don't understand my language anyway, have I lost anything? No, but here I am sitting in Dunkin' Donuts freaking out because I'm thinking these people aren't going to like me. How silly is that? I haven't lost anything by extending the olive branch, right? But all of that internal fear of rejection that I've had probably my whole life, right? It was coming up while I was sitting there trying to figure out a way to talk to these people. And I'm sure some of you have had a similar experience. And that's exactly what this challenge is all about. So the next 12 weeks is for you, is really just to break into and to break out of, if you will, some of these ingrained habits that are stuck up in here that we don't even know we have. These fears that hold us back, these insecurities that don't really make sense anymore, the things that we're not even cognizant that they're running in the background of our brain. It's kind of like how your computer is running, but you don't always even know what it's doing, right? Your brain is doing the same thing. And those fears and insecurities are what drive your actions. And this is just to get conscious about it. So I'm really interested to see, for those of you that are able to put a comment up and let us know how it went for you, if those are the same types of feelings that you had too, that nervousness, that fear of talking to somebody who may or may not want to talk to you or may not be comfortable talking to you. If you did get over that, like I did, I forced myself to sit closer to them. I smiled. I made eye contact. I did a lot of the things I had said to the young lady, oh, you know, your earrings are beautiful. And that sparked a conversation about her friend's jewelry. And then we got to talking about kids and family and Mother's Day and a whole bunch of other things. So I'm wondering for you what it is you did to get over whatever fear or insecurity came up for you. How did you broach the subject? How did you say hello? What did you end up talking about? Like when you finally did do the challenge and meet somebody new, what did you end up finding that you had in common? And how did you leave feeling? Did you feel better about yourself? Did you feel better about your ability to communicate with others? Or was this still kind of triggering some stuff for you? So, and all of those answers are fine. However it went is perfectly fine. It's what it was supposed to do for you. It's just to get you really clear about being intentional. And so if you intentionally went along with the challenge this week, even if you didn't necessarily, I'm going to use air quotes, successful, that's okay, because the idea really here is to challenge the way you think and to get into some of that background noise that happens in our brains and really notice it. And just, you can't notice something you don't know is happening. So now that you notice it, you can think about it a little bit more and maybe act differently the next time. So celebrate the fact that you intentionally went about an action or the intention to have an action, because you can't have change in your life, right, without thought first, intention, and action. Those are the things you need in order to make confidence happen, because you can't get to be more confident if you don't do something different than what you're doing right now. So that is the whole idea behind our Takeaway Tuesday, is what did you get out of it? Celebrate the success that you did it and that you grew a little bit, even if it's a tiny little bit, it's okay. And of course to come together and just on this journey of confidence together. So I'm excited to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. And again, thank you to Jen for sponsoring last week. This is her website if you missed it. And go there, order some books. I want to thank those of you that already did that. There's a few of you that have already posted pictures of the books coming in that you ordered from Jen's website, and I really appreciate that. Her books are great. So, and of course we had a raffle winner this week that got a set of 5 of Jen's books, and I know Tracy was thrilled for that. So I'm really, really excited about the connections that you guys are making between each other, and that's awesome. Now, don't forget for raffles, basically like, share, comment, invite friends. You and your friend that get invited both get raffle tickets. I am tallying those up every couple of days. If you see me, liking and commenting on your liking and commenting, that's a good sign that I'm following what you're doing. But I do want to let you know that if you're sharing the YouTube video, please try to tag me on Facebook. So if you're sharing YouTube on Facebook, just tag my name so that I know you did it, because YouTube does not tell me who shares. It just tells me how many shares there were. So I just want to make sure I get you credit. And then the last thing, I'm so excited. This coming Thursday at 4, I'm going to do our next live stream, which is the next challenge. Now, our challenge is all about accountability and priorities and things like that. That's where we're headed. When you see the sponsor, you're going to flip about. It's like so perfect. I can't even handle it. It's so perfect. So, I'm really excited for Thursday. Next weekend's going to be a lot of fun, actually. This one's going to be awesome. So, they're all going to be awesome. I'm going to be out there about it. I'm so excited about this challenge. And those of you that are on it, I love to do things that kind of push my comfort zone. And to have you all on this journey with me and doing the same thing at the same time, that's what this confidence challenge is all about. So include your friends, share to particular people. You can comment on people here. You can let them know that this is something that's going on. Because of our sponsors, it is free. It will remain free for the next 11 weeks now. And if you're interested in being a sponsor, if you own a business or know somebody that is, I'd love to chat with them. I do have a couple of weeks that are still open. It's very inexpensive to be a sponsor for this program. It does not take a lot out of your budget, but it's a lot of bang for your buck in terms of social media and just a good feeling. So definitely hook me up with anybody that you know that might be interested in getting a little social media buzz over the next couple of weeks. And if that's you, send me a message because it's going to be a lot of fun to get this whole program put together and get us all out there and being more confident in what we're doing. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you in advance for your comments, likes, and shares down below. As particular your comments, I really want to know how this challenge went for you. And if you have any questions, as usual, you can always send me a message as well. I will talk to you on Tuesday, 4 o'clock. See you then. Bye.